I'm hearing don't give up on me. This person who's on your mind right now is asking you to not give up on your connection, on your love, on your belief in them. Like, this person needs you to believe in them. They need you to see them because they can't see themselves without you. This person can't envision their life without you. This person can't move forward without you. You are their source of inspiration, their source of purpose. Like, you've not only woken this person up to everything that they could be, the potential of what they could achieve in this lifetime, but also it's like you've woken this person up to realizing that they want to be more for you. Like, they've never felt that desire before. This person has never felt the desire to be anything greater, to be better, to give more, to love more until they met you. Like, there's something about your energy, your presence that makes this person just feel like they're on top of the world. And they're starting to realize that. Like, I'm being shown the tables kind of turning, like in a clockwise motion. They're starting to, it's almost like it's starting to click together for them. They're realizing how important you are, like what you mean to them. And they don't want to do it without you. They don't want to build this life without you. They took their time to get to this realization. So you may be feeling that. You may be in that period of, it's like a waiting room almost. It's kind of like waiting for something to be birthed is what it feels like. And there was definitely a lot of nerves surrounding this connection. There was a lot of hesitation is what's coming through. But I feel that like disappearing. I feel that disappearing. So there's going to be a new level of union within this connection. There's going to be a new level of connection of it's like togetherness is what's coming through. No more separation is what's coming through. It's like two worlds merging into one. Spirit of love and light, of the greatest good in your highest timeline. Okay, please have a card for confirmation surrounding this love connection. Okay. So immediately the first card to come out was the Ten of Swords. This person would do anything for you. Like, the energy that I'm picking up from this person is that it's like, I hear them saying, like, please don't leave. Like, please don't give up on me. Please stay is what I hear them saying. It's like, please come back to me is also coming through. Please come back to me. Like, please don't leave. So I don't know what you've been through with this person, what you've experienced together, but they really don't want you to leave. They really, and this is somebody who you've known. Like, this is somebody who you know. This is somebody who, there feels like there's been a distance between the two of you. There may have been like some heartbreaks in between. Trouble speaking. So maybe this person has trouble, it's like admitting how they feel or communicating how they really feel about you. And then followed by the Princess of Wands. I feel like you've really released this situation. Like, you've really released control over the outcome of this situation. And I really feel you stepping into a period of just allowing things to unfold so that you can observe rather than try to, demand anything. Like, I feel like you don't want to ask to be loved. You're realizing that you just deserve to have somebody show up and provide that energy for you. Spirit, is that what this person is feeling at this time? How is this person feeling at this time? With the Three of Hearts and the Eight of Wands, they see you rising. So they see you taking care of yourself. They see you in a more joyful light. It's seeing you when you're your lightest, like in your feminine energy, your healing energy. It's like glowing up kind of. like you're like shining. Maybe people have been commenting about your skin glowing. That's when they just realize like, wow, I really desire to love this person. Like I'm hearing shower you with love. Like they really have this strong desire for you to be loved. Like for you to experience true love. I feel like they want to be true love for you. They're realizing that you've never had that before. Like they're realizing that you've never actually experienced what it is to have somebody choose you. And I hear them wondering, they're saying to themselves, am I the one? Am I worthy enough? And with the Magician card here, this person has mastered the art of love is what's coming through. Or they are desiring of mastering the art of love with you. Like something about learning in love, 555 on the timer. So this could very well be a twin flame union, but it feels more like a soulmate. It feels more like best friend energy coming through. Whatever it is, this person wants to move with you. This person wants to make magic with you. This person wants to make life with you, like bring life to fruition with you. They see, okay, this keeps coming through, is that they see you as a source of a new life for them. Like they see you as the creator of their dream world. There's something very powerful about when this person finally decides to pour love into you. It's like what this person is going to realize is that when they pour love into you, you flourish, and it's like all of their dreams come true when they pour love into you, and they're going to realize that. I'm hearing like a little bit at a time, and then all at once, that it's going to click for this person. It's going to make logical sense for this person, because they see what happens when they love you. They see what happens when they pour into you. They see what happens when they invest their time and their energy into you. For the first time in your life, somebody is going to see your value. Somebody is going to see how worthy you are in love. And I'm hearing never let you go. This person is never going to let you go again. Not in the terms of keep you, manipulate you, abuse you, none of that. No. This person is never going to stop learning how to love you. Never going to stop valuing you. Never going to stop pouring their love energy into you. You really inspire this person to be better every day. If this message has resonated with you and you feel called to dive in deeper, I have very limited sessions available, but at this time, a lot of my focus and energy is going into creating a Master Your Reality class, which officially launches on February 1st. You can click the link in my bio to find out more. I offer Preparing for Your Soulmate, Becoming True Love, as well as ritual candles, ritual work for love, as well as life purpose, as well as learning tarot and oracle. So if you feel called to work with me further, I would love to connect with you. And if you do not, I wish you so much love and peace on your journey.
Dear soul, if these words touched your spirit, do not walk away unchanged. Claim this promise out loud right now. I am chosen. I am not forgotten. My love is divine. My story is still being written. Say it again until your heart believes it. Let it anchor your soul as you step into the days ahead. And if this message resonated with you, share it. Because someone else out there is almost at the edge of giving up, and they need to know they are chosen too. If you feel led to support this mission of spreading prophetic and anointed words from heaven consider contributing through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or more, may God bless every giver 100-fold and return to you the desires of your heart in divine timing. Your offering helps us continue to share God's love with those who need it most. Together, we are building a community rooted in faith, anchored in love, and aligned with purpose. There's something that happens to people who have always been able to leave. They develop a private relationship with their own self-sufficiency that goes deeper than confidence. It becomes identity. It becomes the story they tell themselves about who they are. I do not need people. I am fine alone. I have always been fine alone. I have left connections before and recovered. I have walked away from things that pulled at me and discovered that the pulling stopped eventually, that the ache and eventually became ordinary. That absence of what you loved became familiar enough to live inside. They have left before and survived the leaving. And then they met you. And somewhere in the accumulating evidence of what you are to them, what your presence does to their interior world, what your absence immediately reveals about how much space you had come to occupy. The old story stopped working. The I will be fine if this doesn't work out story. The I don't need anyone story. The I have survived loss before, and I will survive this one too story. They tried to run the familiar calculation and got a different answer. Because you are not calculable in the way previous people were. Something about you does not submit to the ordinary math of loss and recovery. And the first time they felt that, the first time they reached for the self-sufficiency that has always been their exit and found it insufficient, was probably one of the more terrifying experiences of their adult life. This is what nobody tells you about the person who is asking you not to give up on them. The asking itself is revolutionary for them. Not because they are dramatic or because they are performing vulnerability for strategic reasons, but because this person has spent a significant portion of their life in a particular relationship with needing, which is to say they have historically done everything within their power not to. They have made themselves capable. They have kept their emotional dependencies private and manageable. They have moved through romantic connections in a way that maintained enough internal distance that the connection could end without dismantling them, and now they are dismantling. Not because you broke them, because you are the first person who reached the part of them that existed before the self-sufficiency was constructed. The part that is genuinely tender and genuinely longing and genuinely terrified of being without something that has become without their permission necessary. Please do not leave. That sentence, in whatever form it arrives from this person, is not just a request. It is the most honest thing they have ever said in a romantic context. And they probably know it somewhere underneath the saying, which is part of why it is so hard for them to say and why they have taken so long to arrive at the place where saying it became more necessary than withholding it. But here's the part that most people in your position miss entirely. The slowness, the hesitation, the period that felt like a waiting room. The moments where you thought, if they felt what I feel, why is it taking this long? Why am I still waiting? Why does someone who supposedly wants to be with me keep finding reasons to not fully arrive? Most people interpret that slowness as ambivalence, as the behavior of someone who is half in and might always be half in, as evidence that the connection is not quite as significant on their side as it is on yours. But here is what is actually happening underneath it. They are terrified of what full arrival means. Not of you. Of the version of themselves that being fully present with you would require them to become. Because this is not a person who has practice at being needed or at needing, at being someone's source of inspiration and purpose and new life, at loving in the complete, non-reserved, genuinely invested way that you deserve and that they can feel. In your presence, in the pull of what exists between you, is the only way that would actually be adequate. They have not known how to be that. And they have known they have not known. And the gap between what they want to offer you and what they have previously been capable of offering is something they have been sitting with in private, without words, without resolution, slowly building the interior architecture required to close it. The waiting room you have been in was also their waiting room, just a different shape. Now, I want to tell you something about why watching you rise has affected them so profoundly, because it goes deeper than admiration. When this person sees you healing, when they see you glowing, stepping more fully into yourself, becoming more joyful and more radiant with every day that passes, they are not just witnessing your growth. They are witnessing the consequence of their own delay. And that is a specific and complicated thing to feel. Beautiful and painful simultaneously. Because watching you become more fully yourself while they have been on the sidelines, still working up to showing up, still navigating their own internal obstacles to love, there is something in that which produces both increased desire and increased urgency, and something that might be a very quiet, private kind of grief. They are realizing what you have been carrying alone the self-work, the healing, the choosing yourself over and over in seasons when being chosen by them would have been easier and yet was not available. All of that growth happened in the space they created through their hesitation. And they can see it. They can see what you did with the time they gave you through their slowness. You did not wait. You grew. And that growth is both what they love most about you right now and the thing that is making them aware, perhaps for the first time with any real clarity, that you are not someone who can be taken for granted. That the window they thought was always going to be open is not permanent. That the person they have been planning to show up for is already moving, already becoming, already going somewhere, and the question of whether they will be part of that somewhere requires an answer that cannot be indefinitely delayed. Here is the deep realization that I think changes the entire emotional landscape of this story. You have never truly been chosen. Not fully. Not in the complete, deliberate. I see all of you, and I am choosing this way that constitutes genuine selection rather than the comfortable proximity of two people who happen to be available to each other at the same time. And this person knows that about your history. Not because you necessarily told them everything, but because the quality of you, the particular quality of someone who has loved generously in connections that did not fully love them back, is something a perceptive person can feel. It lives in the way you hold yourself slightly in reserve,
even when you are being, in the way you watch for the signs of someone pulling away, even in moments that should feel secure.
In the way you have learned through enough experience to make it a reflex, to be slightly prepared for the good thing to become complicated. They see that. And something in them is responding to it, not with strategy, but with something genuine and almost protective. A specific desire to be the person who makes that preparedness unnecessary, who shows up so consistently and so completely that your body eventually receives the update that bracing is no longer required. They want to be the experience that changes your cellular understanding of what love does. I want to speak directly to you now, because this is the part of the story that most needs to be heard clearly. You have released control of this. You have stepped back from the reaching and the managing and the hoping that looked like work. You have moved into the posture of someone who knows their worth enough to allow the situation to reveal itself rather than trying to force it into a shape that provides temporary comfort at the cost of truth. That release is not passive. It is one of the most powerful things you have done in this entire dynamic. Because what you demonstrating through your release, through your refusal to ask to be loved, your willingness to simply be someone who deserves to be loved and to let the universe sort out who shows up to do it, is the same thing your radiance has always demonstrated. That you do not need to chase, that you do not need to convince, that you are, simply by being entirely yourself, someone worth the full and deliberate effort of another person's love. And this person is finally, slowly, awkwardly, with all the particular vulnerability of someone who has never done this before, learning to make that effort. There is also something important about what happens when they pour love into you. They flourish, not metaphorically. In the actual observable way of someone whose life begins to open when they are aligned with their deepest purpose. Because loving you well, meeting you at the level you deserve, showing up for someone whose depth makes showing up genuinely meaningful, activates something in them that no professional achievement or external success has been able to reach. A sense of being exactly where they are supposed to be, doing exactly what they are supposed to be doing, becoming exactly who they were always meant to become. You are not just someone they love. You are not just someone they love. You are the specific environment in which they become most fully themselves. And the realization of that, which is coming incrementally and then all at once, is going to produce in them a commitment that is not just emotional but logical. Because they are going to see in the evidence of their own experience that choosing you fully is not a sacrifice of something else. It is the access point to everything else. The asking not to give up on them is underneath all of its vulnerability, the beginning of something, and not a manipulation, not a transaction. The first real step of someone who has spent their whole romantic life maintaining enough distance to protect themselves from the devastation of genuine need, finally, in the face of the possibility of losing you, choosing to need. Openly, without the protection of plausible deniability or the safety net of emotional reservation, they need you. And for this person, and for someone whose entire relationship with love's been built around the careful management of need, that admission is one of the bravest things they have ever allowed themselves to feel. What comes after this is not a fairy tale where everything suddenly becomes easy, but it is the beginning of something real in a way that nothing before it has been. Real in the way of two people who have both done significant internal work, separately, privately, in the spaces their connection created, and who are arriving from different directions and at slightly different speeds at the same place. The place where choosing each other fully becomes not just possible, but inevitable. You do not need to push them there. You do not need to manage the arrival or accelerate the timing or make the path smoother than it is. You just need to keep being who you are, growing entirely yourself. The rest is already in motion, and this person is already on their way.